it's Michael Saul with the Stock Market Trading Watch List for Wednesday, August 4th, 2011. Let's take a look at some stocks, see if anything's setting up here. Don't really have any stocks outside of the usual list we go over. Maybe a couple of new ones that I haven't been putting on the list. But after the big reversal day that we saw on Wednesday, sorry about that, okay, I'm definitely in wait and see mode on the short term here. We have the job numbers coming on Friday, so we could be in a holding pattern until then, and then maybe next week it would be better to look at some new stocks. But I'm gonna still go through them. Still gonna look at what could potentially be setting up, and there may still be some trades that can be taken. Now, I'm not, obviously there are always going to be trades that can be taken, but what I'm talking about on these videos is more of a swing trade kind of look. Occasionally I'll talk about maybe a day trade, but I think there'll be plenty of trades for intraday trading. I don't know if there'll be any swing setups just right now until maybe the dust settles a little bit from these wide range candles we've been seeing the past few sessions. But anyway, Apple came shy of the 20 EMA, has the hammer here. So is this going to be a head and shoulders here? And did it break the neckline there? And now what? Wait and see mode on this one for sure. But we do have the hammer, so if that's confirmed, could get a bounce. Here's Google, came just about to the 20 EMA before it got its bounce here. Also a hammer. BIDU. Okay, BIDU broke the 20, but notice how it closed back above it. Look at this Fibonacci grid there. So let's see if we could see anything off of BIDU here. The trend line here is not even a good one. Yeah, not really a good trend line there. You don't have 3 points. But you do have the pullback here. So this one is one could be watching. Charts will probably wind up looking like this. Let's look at RIM. Okay, RIM had an odd day. It didn't push down a lot lower like the S&P did, but it did push a little bit lower before turning. You got these moving averages as potential resistance. Here's Goldman. I didn't do much on the session. Kind of more of a pause day. Let's look at Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts had this little push higher out of this small coil, and then it just rolled on over here. But you could see there's a nice piece of range right here. So if that holds, could get a bounce back up. Let's look at GLD, okay, which pushed a little bit higher, then reversed. A little stretched here. Could use a little pause. SLV, okay, continuing to get that bounce off of the test that came near the 20 EMA. Okay, but you see up here we have 4202 would be next. Definitely not as stretched as GLD is. So, and I'm not saying GLD is going to pull back in that deep, but I just think it's a little bit stretched here, so could expect something to come from it. Just a pause. Here's Potash. Look at this deep drawdown to the 200 day, and then the big reversal here. So I mean, look, I guess some people can look at this and go, well, but go long. Well, I mean, to me, that kind of range, you just got to wait out a couple of days and see if some sort of pattern can possibly set up. Let's look at Riverbed, one that somebody wrote in about. Okay, and you see that Riverbed is this channel, little wedgie, whatever you want to call it, more of a channel than a wedge. But you can see here, nice reversal candle. Okay, volume was still on the low side, right? It was under the 50-day average. But you could see here it had a nice broad head, right? Opened here, dipped down, and then it closed up okay above its open. But you got the 20 EMA here, and then you got the 10-day here, and those could be potential resistance levels to watch. So just keep that in mind. Ex-US Steel, I had the hammer. Somebody wanted to know if I think this double bottom will hold. I mean, this looks like a nice low here, but got to get confirmation on this hammer. I got to get confirmation on any pattern, right? But you can see here it did try to push down below that low, but got turned around. So this one could definitely be one to watch. Let's see. Qualcomm was one we were looking at. Okay, notice how Qualcomm right back above that 200-day closed below it on Tuesday, but Wednesday dipped lower and closed. You know, I've been watching Qualcomm here for a couple of sessions, so keep this one on the list. All right. LinkedIn. Yeah, I mean, you know, holding up okay after the, you know, the drop down after the first week or so for whatever this is, first week and a half triangle before 5. Yeah, about a week and a half triangle after the push down. It's got a nice little pop up here. So watch this, see if this can form a small base, and go back and test the high of the IPO day. Amazon. Okay, Amazon dipping down. Had this little consolidation up here, and then after it popped up, it just pulled right back. So we want to watch this 50-day moving average down here at 202.70. Let me look at my list here. See how it held this previous resistance here at 206.19. So if it continues down, you got the 50-day. But if that resistance, which is now support, held, could get a bounce right from here. Then on my list, I'd say put eBay on the list. I wanted to know. It looks a little sloppy to me, but once again, it held the moving averages on the dip down and got a nice reversal. So that's it. I'll look at some more stocks tomorrow, heading into the job numbers day on Friday. But I think there's a pretty good chance we'll have to wait for the dust to settle here before we get some of the nice setups that we like to look for. All right, have a great trading day on Thursday. I'll talk to everybody again on Friday.